Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Howdy, howdy, folks. Hey, MT Homestead is in the house. What's up, Terry? Hi, Robin. DIY buys and DIYs. I'm just gonna speak in dyslexia today. Apparently, that's been my problem all day long. I'm not even kidding. Oh, lordy. Hey, Doug from Pole Barn Productions. What's crack-a-lackin'? What is going on? What is going on? Hi, kids. Hi, kids. Yeah, what's going on? So, hello, hello, hi guys. Yeah, so man, you know, some weeks you're just like really glad it's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. Are you gonna do that thing where you want on my lap? Is that why my cat's down here giving me like, what do you want? Come here, Marty. He's being. This is my own Skylar's. I mean, you wanna? He's mad because I have shorts on probably, so he doesn't like to lay on my skin. It like freaks him out or something. You gonna sit on my lap? Can I be like Dr. Evil now? And this is good. Hey, Doug the guitarist. Ooh, your nails are sharp. Ow. Okay, he's over it. So Marty has taken to in the morning when I have my coffee now. He gets up and he meows around my feet, and then he wants to plop down in my lap. But he wants to also stick his tail in my coffee cup. So he has a new fun habit, you know. So it's all good. It's all good. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to like read the comments. Thank you, Freedom. Yes, he's my buddy. He was let's see, how old are you now? You 7-ish? No, you were no. You were 2, I think, when I got him. So he's 3, 4, he's probably around 5, maybe 6 now. Hey. Oh, and then the dog's just startled. But yeah, there was a gal that was rehoming a couple cats, and they were outdoor cats, and we made Marty an indoor cat, and he's taken to it quite nicely. And then Brutus is my mouser. I actually caught a mouse for him today and like tried to feed it to him, but it was like really fast, and he tried to get it, but it went under the deck right before he could get to it. So I was like, dang it, should have given it to the chickens. They would have shredded that thing. But yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? So hi, David Payne. Yes, I love my cat. He's my cuddle bug. He's a talker, and he's funny. He cracks me up. He cuddles with me every night. So yeah, he's a cool cat, as we say. He's a cool cat. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I got birds to move this weekend. I got some quail that are finally. Are you coming back up? What are you doing? Okay. I got some quail that I got to move out to the quail pen outside now. They're finished being brooded and they're ready to go. And in fact, they were probably ready to go a few days ago, but I just haven't had the time to like do it, you know. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'll do it this weekend when I have a little more time. So, hello, Leon Dunbar. Oh, you and your wife have a beautiful cat named Oreo that you've had for 20 years. Right on. I had a cat named Jaden that we had from when we lived in the apartments when we were first married, and we sort of like adopted her. And best estimates, I think she was around 16 or 17 when she passed. But she was, oh my God, I loved that cat. And Marty reminds me of her a lot. Like comes when you call them, like, you know, kind of thinks it's a dog kind of cat. So, you know. Oh, MT, you saw Chrissy today from Paragon Ridge Ranch? Oh, I love it. And you got Polish crested and buff Brahmas. I love it. I'm sure she had a you know what to your head to get you to buy more birds. I know it doesn't take much for me. So, oh my goodness. I know I can't wait when I come out there for Shoot Dang Fest. I already talked to Chrissy and I was like, I'm gonna come out and see you. And she was so sweet too. She was like, "Oh, you can come stay with us if you need to." And I was like, "I already booked my hotel, but thank you." And but I said, "I do want to come spend the day with you when when I'm up there because I'm coming up a little bit before since I'm flying out. I'm like, I might as well come up and see some peoples while I'm there." So I'm gonna go check out her farm and check out Beeline Feed and Supply, and hopefully she doesn't make me buy chickens because I don't know if they'll let that in my carry-on to come back home. I doubt it. So plus I got my hands. Oh, I was so excited this week too. My geese. I had confirmed mating. I witnessed it because last year, um, I know that they did because I did candle some of the eggs and they were fertile, but none of them, I was letting them sit on them and I pulled them later and they laid them in some weird spots and they it was their first year. I don't think they knew what they were doing. It was a hot mess. And so they didn't make it even after I pulled them. They were still viable. I mean, they're a little trickier to incubate, just sort of like peafowl sometimes can be a little trickier. And I did get a new incubator. I'm not sure how I feel about this incubator. So I've been putting and this is the thing with my geese is like Sebastopol geese lay such small clutches that you kind of have like one shot. And then if none of those hatch, then, so I've marked them all. I'm like monitoring the humidity and the temperature, like constantly. I'm like a mother hen over there, like making sure everything's kosher. Cause oh God, I want to hatch them out so bad. So I'm hoping that, that these guys, I just started putting them in, let's see, I think I've got four or five in there now. And I put them in over like a 2-day period. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll have little Sebastopol goslings. If you don't know what a Sebastopol geese is, I've showed them in my videos before. They are the coolest geese in the universe. They're super friendly. They're beautiful. The traditional coloring is the white with the blue eyes. You can get them in other colors, but to me, that's the more traditional and preferred. I just think they're so cool looking. They don't fly. They've got these curly, crazy feathers, and they kind of run with their arms out and they get excited. And they come running over to you. They get very excited and they're good little watchdogs. So like I always know if somebody's pulling up to the back gate because they'll start going crazy and then the peafowl will like also go crazy. So, it's all good. It's all good. For one day. Oh no. Your cat Cody showed up one day because her family foreclosed and they just left him. But see, then at least like you were there to give the baby a home. So, whoop, whoop. Yeah, none of my ducks is weird. The weather here has been so strange that my Muscovy ducks started laying like, when was it? Was it October? I think it was November, which is weird. So usually I get another clutch out of them like end of September, early October. I usually get a clutch of surprise ducklings that like they've laid somewhere weird and have been sitting. None of my hens did that this time. And then one of them started laying randomly. She laid for like 2 weeks, but like very sporadically, and then she stopped. And then I haven't gotten an egg yet, but they've been mating out there like it's Mardi Gras, like no joke. So I'm like, okay, well, it's just a matter of time before these girls start, But we went from like rain and cold and frost to literally the next day we were in the 80s for like several days. And then day before, then we were getting rain again and another frost, like it frosted this morning. And then today again was like in the 70s and like beautiful out. It's like Mother Nature's just like playing craps and rolling the dice. It's like, pick a season. So it's not usually that bad here where it's so drastic. It's usually like, the warmest day we'll have will be like, 70, but then we'll still be like, we'll be in the 50s and 60s during the day. And then sometimes even into the 40s during our, there's like the 6-week period where we were in the 20s or teens at night. And then we you know, then we're in like the 40s during the day. But man, this year it's just been like this, even through the winter. So it's been it's been crazy. Mike's gonna have to build you another coop or add to the one you have now. You may have to build a chicken mansion since you can't ever pass up new chicks, Terry says from MC Homestead. I know it's hard. And especially too, when you're first kind of establishing your flock, it's kind of hard to be like, which birds do I like? Which ones do I want to breed? Which one, you know, what stock do you want to get? Like it's a little bit of like you want to do the sampler platter, you know, you kind of want to see which ones you like the best. And it takes time to kind of figure out like which ones you like and which do the best in your area, in your specific little microclimate. So, I mean, like for us here, we're in zone 9. I know that means stuff for gardening. That might, so those of you that garden like know stuff. But it's you know, it's hot, it's cold, it's, you know, we go everything in between, and sometimes in a very short period of time. So sometimes it's really hard for them to sort of adjust their laying schedules. So sometimes you like right now, some of my younger birds, like I have several Americanas and an Easter egger, or I'm sorry, olive egger, that are laying really regularly all of a sudden because we've had this warm few days. And then I've got one of my reds and 2 of my Freedom Rangers, my Red Rangers, that are out there that are laying. So I'm like, okay, you know, and then like some of my Barred Rocks are getting older. So they're not really laying. So I'm like, oh, I didn't really revamp this ever since the vid. It's been really hard in our area. Because the first 2 years I was doing really well with, you know, breeding birds and selling and doing the whole 9 yards. And then when COVID hit, you got a lot of people that decided to randomly dabble in being a little more self-sufficient, or just out of boredom wanted to try to raise birds or do something like that. And it caused this crazy influx of people who didn't know what they were doing. There were a couple people that I refused to sell to. There was one woman that wanted to buy ducklings from me, and she wanted to potty train them so that they could live in the house with her. And I was like, that's not gonna work, number one. And number two, that's not gonna work. Like, I was like, they need somewhere to like splash their, like, they don't need a full-on pond, but they need to be able to like clean their sinuses and like get their booties in there, and like they need a buddy, and you can't just have, I mean, you could have them roaming around your house if you really wanted to, but I feel like that would be very messy and smelly. So, and I was like, you know, I don't think these are the ducks for you. Like, I don't think this is what you want. But you know, they see one viral video on like TikTok of some lady that's got a duck that they house trained and that imprinted on them from like the time it hatched. And I'm like, these guys are already like, you know, 4 weeks old, and like even at like, I don't know, I was just like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't see it panning out for you to potty train your duck, but good luck with that. So, you know. Oh, I missed a few people. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up here. I know. My goodness. They can be very dirty birds. Like some breeds are worse than others. Muscovies are actually, I would say, relatively clean compared to a lot of other ducks, in a lot of ways. And they're really good at eating like flies in the summer and little flying insects. But yeah, man. Oh, can you imagine having one in your house just waddling around, like getting in your dog's water dish to try to clean its sinuses, and no, that's just not gonna fly. So, hello, Bushcraft family. Hello, Rosie Iverson, Dave Rudolph. Thank you. I like them too, which is good because they're on me, so I have to look at them all the time. And if I didn't like them, it'd be a bit of a problem. Hello from Canada, says Josh Brown. Oh Lord, I've been keeping up a little bit with what's going on up there, and I watched some of the clips of the the floor of the parliament. That was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? Oh my. So you can't potty train ducks. No, I don't think so, creepy. I mean, I know that there's been people who've been able to potty train like parrots that have like the intelligence of like a 3-year-old. But part of the problem is most birds don't like they have to learn control of their cloacas. Like it's just not something that they do. What's going on here? Oh. I'm busy. My child. Oh Lord. She got a hold of her dad's phone and she's messaging me while I'm in here. Gotta love little preteens, don't ya? And that's my other big thing right now is I'm debating. I'm like, I think this next year for school, um, because she's probably gonna be either walking or riding her scooter or something part of the way at least. Um, and I'm concerned with not being her being able to get a hold of me and vice versa. But I'm like, oh, I might have to bite the bullet and get her like a basic phone at least, just for that. But I don't know. I'm just very like on the fence about it. I just feel like she grew up so much between like when I know you keep referencing like, when the vid hit because I just feel like that was such like a demarcation in the timeline of the world. But I really feel like I mean she went from like little girl to like not so little girl anymore. And I'm sure it's a struggle for Mike, for daddy, but it's definitely hard for me too because, you know, I'm already short and she's almost, eye to eye to me. She's borrowing my stuff. She's got her own style. She's her own little human. And that's a little bit of a struggle bus for me. But, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm making some. I was going through the prepper pantry and pulling out stuff to make for dinner tonight because I was like, I need to, you kind of got to go through. I try to make a prepper pantry meal at least in part, using some things out of there once a week, once every other week, just to try to keep things kind of rolling. So I was pulling out the last of the butternut squash that was canned or that we pressure canned that Mike grew. And then I was pulling out, some of our broth to add to it. And then I was like, shoot, I should have thought about it ahead of time because I have goat milk that I froze. I could have defrosted that and used it as the cream in there. But I've got some coconut milk I'm going to use instead because I did not plan ahead. It was not my strong suit today. So my girlfriend was flying out with her daughter for a cheer competition to Georgia this morning. So she and I were texting and stuff this morning. So I was like, I didn't have my normal like morning like I normally would. So I was like a little bit like, oh shoot, I should have done that this morning, but no big deal. No big deal. Hey, Alex from Canada. Don't fight the truckers. Don't fight them. Give in. They probably would. Terry, going back and forth on getting ducks, it really depends on what you want them for too. So, you can always like I keep their wings clipped and then we have a fence around our pool and then they have their little water trough pond that I have there for them. Muscovies don't lay as many eggs a year, but they're really good for meat and they do lay, a decent amount. So if you're just wanting like duck eggs, like a lot of duck eggs, you're going to want to do like a Kathy Campbell or something more like that, which they're a lot louder. Muscovies, they don't quack. They go, that's all they do. And they're a bush duck, so they don't need a lot of water. Whereas like pretty much every other breed of duck is like, they're going to make a mess, but you'll get a lot more eggs out of them and they're louder. You can still clip their wings, but you'd still have to put something around your koi ponds or keep them in a separate housing or something because yeah, they definitely would get in your koi pond. They wouldn't necessarily mess with your koi, like trying to eat them or anything, because unless your koi are babies, but if they're established koi, I can't see them really trying to go after one. But it could be, you know, I don't know. Hey, Amelia Akers, checking in from Texas. I figured out who I had you mixed up with. Their name is um, very, very close to yours, like super, super close, and they live here. And that's when I was just looking at it, I just thought that was you. And then I felt so stupid afterwards. I was like, how could I make that mistake? And then I went back and double checked my thing, and I was like, on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's how, because it's like exactly the same name. So I was like, that's how. You want them for dual purpose? The Muscovies are great then. They really are. I mean, they're very good. You won't have to incubate the eggs. The moms will do it for you. You'll still get a decent amount of eggs that you'll be able to use, and their meat is ridiculous. So our favorite is making duck stock, and Mike does the cured duck breasts. Oh my God, it's ridiculously good. It beats anything on a charcuterie board, hands down. It is like the best. So, you know. Oh, really? There's an Amelia Akers horse farm in New York? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. James, I didn't. I didn't do anything different other than curl it a little bit today. Sometimes I do it straight, sometimes I didn't dye it. I mean, unless you're talking about this, but this has always been here. Well, not always. I wasn't born with it, but it's like I've been doing it for like 10 years. So I'm not sure what you mean, James, but that is just the way it is. Thank you, Zero. Thank you. I do love turquoise. And I think it's interesting. Like there's not a lot of pieces where it's like the turquoise and the gold. And so whenever I see it, I'm like, ooh, I have one that's really cool looking that's like rough turquoise stones, like wrapped in gold. It's kind of neat looking. Tom Vincent says that's why we had 7 kids. A couple of them should turn out okay. The odds are forever in your favor there, Right on. South Texas, what's up, Wes Walker? I feel like I have to say Wes Walker with a southern accent because that name just lends itself to that. Not trying to poke fun. I think it's a cool name. Like, Mexico, our friendly neighbors to the south. It is, Terry. She says that sounds really good. It is. It's one of my favorites. Like, he hasn't done it. He didn't do it this last season because I ended up selling all my ducklings. So we only kept like one Drake. Like turkeys, ducks. Only kept one. And so we cooked it, and you have to be careful because it's like a red meat. So you gotta do it gently when you cook it. And if you go over just by even a hair, it's like, meh. So you gotta do it like just right. And not having a whole lot of experience cooking duck, we didn't do the best job. Sometimes you know what I mean? Like sometimes you learn. The first time he cured it though, oh my God, so good. But I haven't successfully cooked the duck breast to where we all really liked it yet. I've tried it like twice now. I need to find another recipe because I wasn't happy with it. So have Mike do that recipe for those cured duck breasts for us sometime. I get lots of wild duck when I shoot, and I'm always looking for new ways to make it. I will, Josh. I'll ask him about that because maybe out of this season's ducklings, I gotta have a duck breast to do it. The nice thing is, like with the Muscovies, with the meat being so red, I mean, when you breast them out, it looks like steak. It looked like you had cured a pork belly. It had like the layer of fat and like, oh my God, it's so good. Yeah. Ottawa, Canada. Whoop, whoop. Love it. Hey, Emma. Emma from Sunny's Place. What's going on? It has been a hot minute. I'm well, thank you. How the heck are you? I know, right? I know. Terry from MT says she's hungry now. I am too, actually. It does. And it does. It is so hard. It goes past medium rare to like frisbee, like that. And you gotta cook it just right. And I just haven't had, I didn't grow up eating duck. This was my first time ever trying to make it. And I mean, I researched it and I read all the recipes online and I just nothing, I don't know, man. It wasn't working for me. So I know. I know. I was wondering about that. I was like, wait a minute. She never gave me a call. I was actually thinking about that the other day. Oh. Oh, that pork belly was really good that we did, what was it, week before last? Yeah, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. Definitely. I know, and you're not coming to Shoot Dang Fest. I'm gonna be like so close. Man, I know. And Cha Cha isn't coming because they're getting married. Like, I just assumed they were already married because they just seemed like they were. But so they're doing that whole, jump in the broomstick thing. So they're not coming. I'm like, dang, some of my girls aren't gonna be there, but that's all right. I'll have Chrissy and like I'll have Terry and Cynthia from Corey and Cynthia David. Like we'll still have a cool girl group, we'll make it work. I know. Finally put a ring on it. I know. Some of these men lately dragging their heels. I mean, really. I don't know why. I don't know. Back in my day, I don't know, like I got married so young that I mean, not I wasn't like, I wasn't like a child bride. I don't mean to make it sound like that, but I was young. I was 23 when we got married and I don't know, I can't imagine now. And this was like before texting. This was before like, I can't imagine like at least then, the man had to call you and like ask you on a date and like plan it in advance and it was like a thing. Now it's like, what's up? You want to hang? I'm like, how do these millennial? I don't understand. Like, how can you like? There's no effort put in by And then Mike and I laugh because sometimes in the morning when I'm working out, um, he'll be sitting on the couch drinking his coffee, and I'll have some cheesy dating show on, like The Bachelor, or like right now this morning it was Love Is Blind on Netflix, where the couples can't see each other and then they propose to each other after like a day of like knowing each other and dating other people through a wall, right? And then they're like wondering why they have nothing in common or like it's crazy, right? And all the guys are like so how do I say this delicately? They just encompass everything that you stereotypically think of when you think of like a millennial, when you think of like, you know, just not very like they were talking about how much they cry and how they think it's a good thing. And I'm like, I can count on one hand, minus a few fingers, how many times I've seen my husband cry. Like, I don't, maybe that's bad, but I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about like being masculine and strong that like as a woman is generally attractive. you know like I just like so I'm like, oh, I look at these millennial guys with their skinny jeans and their no socks with their loafers and their weird hair and their like really overly groomed beards, and I just don't know what to make of them. So I get very like, I don't know. So we laugh about it because we're like, we'll make up things like, well, that one's probably, a hairdresser, or that one, that one's a floral, arranger or something like, because it's like, we just can't. It's just, it cracks us up. So I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things, you know. Thank you, Steven. Hello. I know. They're so bad. Like it's like watching the train wreck. I just love watching a good train wreck. So I guess I'm just as guilty. But I'm like, Mike always laughs because he's like, you are like a 12-year-old girl, because I love watching all those cheesy teeny bopper movies and all those shows. Like yep, 12-year-old girl. I will watch Twilight on a loop if you let me. It's a sickness, really. That is inappropriate for live television, Marty. We don't lick there. Okay, that's a lot, mister. Good grief. We get a censorship thing. Look at him. Woo, he's like, leg up in the air. Let's go. Anyway, but yeah. So I forget what I was talking about before I went on my rant about millennials. But yeah, I guess it was just, my point was, I like a man that's a little more manly. Mike is pretty dang manly. And I feel bad for like some of my single friends that are telling me about being on Plenty of Fish or what are some of these other ones, like Tinder, or I don't even know, where you're swiping to find a guy. Like, no. Like, in my day, you went to the bar, you caught somebody's eye across the room, he bought you a drink, the rest was history. Now it's a hot mess. I can't. So that just makes me sound like a really old lady, but that's just how, I don't know. That's how we did it back then. I mean, I was 21 when we started dating, like, barely 21. We started talking right before then, but we started dating once I turned 21. Again, maybe it was for him in his mind, like a legality thing. I don't know, but exactly, a burly man, a manly man. Like, I like a guy that knows how to fix stuff too. Like, Mike's very handy. There's only, like, he doesn't, like, he can do plumbing stuff. It's not his favorite to do, but he can do a lot of it. Like, he replaced our garbage disposal a couple months ago. And stuff like that, like, he's handy. He knows how to build stuff. He knows how to fix things. He knows how to problem solve stuff. And I find that more attractive than a guy that wears skinny jeans and loafers with no socks. I'm just saying. I don't know. Your Mike thinks that you're crazy for watching Love is Blind and 90 Day Fiancé, but it's what you said. It's like watching a train wreck and you can't look away. It's exactly it. I watched that one too. I haven't watched them all, but I watched some of the 90 Day Fiancé. But it's so bad. But I guess that's what you get when you're on YouTube too, right? Like, sometimes it's like watching a train wreck or whatever, but it's like, oh, you can't help it. Well, watch. You're fascinated. What's gonna happen? Like, Yes, bushcraft family. I agree. A lot of the men nowadays. Well, I don't even know if you can. They're like men children. They're like boy child. Like, I don't know. They're not really like fully grown. Like, guys now that are in their like 20s and 30s, like on these shows, just seem like mom still packs their lunch for them. I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't. But yeah, they do. They seem a little bit more feminine in a lot of ways than even some of the girls. Yeah. And I think too, it's funny because Frankie is very kind of all over the map, which I guess in some ways maybe she gets that from me. Like, she likes to play with the animals. She wants to go try things and do things that are maybe would be considered more tomboyish or whatever. But then she wants to wear her cute jeans and her earrings and like look cute, but then go get horse sweat all over her, So, and apparently the little boys at her school find her quite alluring. So, because the gal, I was laughing because the gal that does my nails, her kids all our kids go to the same school, and we were talking about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, apparently my son thinks your daughter is just the most amazing human being. Like, long blonde hair, like she's not afraid to play rough with the boys on the football field. Like, he just is fascinated by her." So I was laughing. I was like, oh, I guess she's quite the hot commodity at the school, whatever. Emma from Sunny's Place says that she works with a lot of millennials, and it's sad to see how to fix. Oh, that you know how to fix more things than most of the guys there. They're nice guys, but still, yeah, it's weird, It's true. Yeah, she got to keep those boys in check. But oh man, and I know. Well, she's got herself a little boyfriend right now. So, which I've met him. Daddy has not met him yet, and uh, he's gonna be coming to her birthday party, which is probably the first time that Mike will meet him. And Frankie's terrified. She's like, please don't scare him, Dad. Please don't scare him, Dad. And I'm like, and when I say she has a boyfriend, mind you, it means that they both have said that they like each other. And he gave her a sweatshirt one day because she was cold and she didn't have a jacket with her. So we're not talking like they're going on dates. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. They're 11, 12, they're at that cute little that's my boyfriend stage, where there's school dance this stage, nothing happening. So Frankie's so funny. If she sees somebody kissing on TV, she's like, oh, I can't look. She still gets grossed out by it. So I'm like, all right, we have a little bit longer before mom has to start panicking, So she'll be 12 next month. So, and she blossomed overnight. So speak of the devil, I think she's about to walk through the door. So yeah, there she is.
Because you're talking about me on the radio.
On the radio? On the radio? She comes walking in with a case of beer. Oh my God. Wait, I have to show you guys because this is how she walks in the door. Hold on, I cannot even. She walks in the door holding a case of beer.
We're listening to you talking smack while we were driving.
Also, by the way, my boyfriend is already scared. He's heard the tales of Dad.
Yeah, well, he should be. He should be scared. I'm telling you. I know. But that's the thing. Sorry, guys. I had to move the cam there so you guys can see. Literally walks in with a case of beer. I can't with this kid. So, oh Lord. Yeah. So, yeah, she's turning 12. So I'm just like, oh man. It's crazy. We were married for a few years before we had her. What was it, 5 years or so before, or 6 years, whatever. Anyway, we were married for a few years. I was 23 when we got married. We scared the kitty. You scared him. He's so scared. Now he's mad at you.
Hello, people. Back. What's up?
Terry says that they just found out a month or so ago that their granddaughter, who's the same age as Frankie, has a boyfriend now. It didn't sit well with Grandpa. Oh, I bet not. I bet not. Yeah, exactly. Steven. Yeah, her little ears are burning. She's like, I heard you. My goodness. Yeah, cold beer. Yeah, I guess Daddy was out of beer. He took her to Albertsons on the way home. So getting some beer. Oh, somebody's happy to see her. They oh my goodness.
You're a lot.
She is a lot. Good grief.
Oh, there she goes. Down.
You put my beer in the garage fridge?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, puppies.
Oh my God, she is so extra. You are all the guacamole, Miss Thing. Good grief. Yeah. How long have we been doing YouTube? When did we start the channel? 2017-ish? But we didn't really do much with it on a regular basis until probably 2019 when we got really more serious about it. So
we're still not serious.
We're still not serious.
We're just kidding.
We're just kidding. But
yeah, we don't know anything to say.
Yeah. So I tried to move it so.
No, I'm good right here. I'm between you.
Betwixt.
I'm the wedge.
You didn't bring me.
No.
You don't deserve one.
Well, this one, I'll go get another one. But I got you one.
No, you didn't. You're a liar. That's all right. I don't need one. That's fine.
Yeah, you do. You're getting one now.
Give me a good one.
No, I'm gonna get you a worse one in here.
Get her natural lime. That's her favorite.
No, I don't like the lime. Get me a White Claw.
That is a White Claw flavor.
I know, but I don't like the natural lime. Those are the ones that I give to the peasants. I don't like the
To the peasants.
yes, the White
Who
Claw.
are the peasants?
The people that come to your house that want a drink but did not bring their own, so then they get the natural lime White Claw.
Oh my god.
That's what happens.
What would you get?
I'll take a black cherry. I'm cool with a black
That's
cherry.
exactly what you'll take. That's what I brought.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Oh.
So who's in the room?
People.
All the people. Emma from Sunny's Place, Terry from MT Homestead, Pole Barn Productions. Who am I missing? Oh, Creepy Bushman.
Pole Barn Productions. Yeah, I was checking out your YouTube a couple days ago. I'm kind of excited about some of the stuff you made.
Oh, Emma calling me out White Claw girl. That's a millennial drink. No, see, you have to understand. And one of my friend's sons, her godmother's son, right? He's in his 20s. And I started drinking these before they were popular, where you had to hunt them down to find them in stores. And he was like, oh my God, now they're so popular. You're such a trendsetter. And I was like, I know.
Who in here has looked at Pole Barn Productions page and seen the custom stuff that he makes? He does some really awesome stuff, and I went on there and I've always liked.
Doug does some really great work.
Yeah, I've always liked when people like turn knots on a lathe and like make kind of cool stuff out of it. But as I started scrolling through his videos, boom, there was a knife handle. And so I watched a video of him making this custom knife handle, and he's using the combination of woods and resins and this honeycomb stuff, which
that's cool.
I don't remember what that was, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna have him do one for me.
Yeah, very cool stuff. But you should tell everybody how you broke the knife handle.
Didn't I just drop it?
Nope.
I don't even remember.
Were you banging it with a mallet to try to split a spaghetti squash?
Oh, I was.
You cracked it open. Yeah, he was trying to. This was before we bought the farm.
Yeah.
We had spaghetti squash because we went through a phase where Frankie really loved it. Well, she still likes it, but when she was really little, and I would make it in the fall, and they would have them really, really cheap where we lived. So I would get like a bunch of them and let them sit on the counter. Well, it was like the first week that they were available, and one of the ones we were making were still like they hadn't sat long enough, so they were like hard on the outside. And he decided he was going to take the meat mallet and hit the back of the knife to help slice it through, and it just half the knife went that way.
Not half the knife.
Well, the handle.
It's a Woodstock, and it's a really old Woodstock. My sister sent this knife set to me.
When we got married, I think.
Yeah, I think my sister sent it to me. She was in Germany, and she bought these Woodstocks and sent them to. So they're a long time ago.
Almost 17 years ago.
17 years ago. But they're just really high quality knives, and the handles are some kind of resin. And anyway, the handles
apparently break when you hit them with a meat mallet. Who knew?
Well, yeah. It just split right at like where one of the pins is. So whatever. And I've never gotten it fixed. So now's my opportunity to just get the whole handle replaced with something totally custom that nobody else has but me.
Emma, I didn't know your husband was a knife maker. How did I not know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to talk.
No doubt.
Yeah, because I'm looking for a really cool custom. Does he do any Damascus? Does he fold and pound? Because I'm looking to have a custom skinning blade made, and then maybe we'll send it over to Pole Barn to have a custom handle put on it. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah.
Right on. Woo-hoo. Oh, you know what? The pineapple, I do like the pineapple White Claws, Emma, and they're seasonal. They're like special edition, so they should be coming out soon because they do them in like spring, summer. And you best believe me, how many cases did I buy when they had them on sale?
Who's Emma?
That's Sunny's Place is Emma. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You call everybody by their name, and
because
I don't know anybody.
Well, because she's the one that I told you is originally from La Mesa that I met at the thing last year at the meetup.
Yeah, and what did I miss? Robin's Buzz and DIY says it's amazing, but I forgot. I didn't see.
You were talking about the channel.
Oh.
We were talking about Pole Barn Production channel, I think. Oh, Green Bull. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. She's saying you should check out. She's talking to MT Homestead, saying you should check out the Green Bull with Emerald Abyss.
6. You bought 6 cases when they were on sale.
How do you remember that?
Because I remember I had to shove them all into the fridge along with everybody else's drinks.
Gotcha. All right. Well.
Do we stay near the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Ooh, Amelia Akers is going to be uploading her first official video this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yay! Exciting! Congratulations.
Hey, what's up, Marty?
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Marty's like, hey, I like what you're doing. I'm in.
Right. Little copycat, literally. He doesn't do Damascus yet because he doesn't have a power hammer.
Oh,
He
yeah.
made our chicken butchering knife for our last harvest. It turned out amazing.
Nice.
There you go. Stay near the Texas Chain. No, we're not going to be staying anywhere near the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why would we do that?
What, when you go to Oklahoma?
No, yeah. First of all, we'll be in Oklahoma, not Texas. So right there in the name,
that's kind of hard.
Shot.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Texas Chainsaw Massacre actually happened in Texas.
Yeah, it's based on a true-ish story.
Wait, what? It is?
Well, I mean,
it's based on a dude that had a chainsaw. That's about as true as it gets. You don't drink beer, Cat.
Well, remember, he's Mexican. We already know he likes
Martin
likes quesadillas. Yeah. Yeah, Tulsa's just a little bit away from Texas. I mean, not that far. They border each other, but still. I mean, not Tulsa, but Oklahoma. So, what? Can you make up your mind, Kat? You are just very up in everybody's stuff today. Good grief.
Oh, you know my favorite teacher?
You tagged me on Instagram with the current knife scales you're working on. Okay, I'll have to show that to Mike because he doesn't do the Insta or the gram. So I'll have to show him.
I do the
He does
I do the YouTube.
He does when I go like this, I go look at this, he'll look at it. Yeah. We don't know. We haven't tried to give him tequila.
I don't drink tequila.
I do.
Ooh, I do have some tequila.
No, I have some tequila.
I have some tequila.
You've been hiding tequila from me?
I have.
I was making margaritas.
I got a bottle of tequila from somebody at work.
See, that's what you missed out on.
For Christmas.
I would have made very nice margaritas, and we could have sat by the pool and watched.
This is not the kind of tequila you mix to make margaritas out of.
Every kind of tequila is the kind you mix to make margaritas out of.
Oh, I suppose every kind of whiskey is the kind you mix with Coke too.
Well, I don't like whiskey and Coke, but I would put any kind in an old fashioned because I love a good old fashioned.
You put any kind? What about that weird green apple you bought?
No. And that one that tasted like lighter fluid? No.
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh,
the one that was in the can.
It looked so cool. Still water.
Cool can. Still something.
God,
it was terrible. I wouldn't run my lawnmower with it.
Oh yeah, we're in California.
Our lawnmower is
California, as I like to call it. Although they're elections coming up, so they're lifting a few restrictions on us this week. So we'll see. And I'm excited too about the potential of they're supposed to lift the airline communist space diaper rule on March 18th, which means when we fly out on the 27th of April that I can breathe. So I'm hoping for that.
My favorite teacher has some family up in Tulsa.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I was telling her.
Oh, what was the restaurant you found with the cheese? So they bring out a giant wheel of cheese. Some restaurant in Tulsa, I have to go back and look at it because I don't remember what it was called. But they bring out a giant wheel of cheese and they make the Alfredo with the pasta. They turn the sauce into the cheese out of the wheel and then you eat it. And then you have a heart attack immediately and die. But oh my God.
Your arteries clogging.
But oh my God, it looks amazing. And Frankie and I were like, oh my God, it's in Tulsa. We're like, we might have to sneak away and go get some Alfredo.
Yeah, that might cheese.
I know. Oh
Marty,
my goodness. You used to live in California, Josh. By Modesto. Coming from BC, Canada, it was a total shock. It's actually when I got your driver's license. Oh, okay. Got your driver's license when you came out to California.
You made the camera go mad.
I made it mad.
She dips in towards the camera.
Yeah, she's like,
causes it to come out.
Because I can't read. I'm sorry.
Then make me read it.
Okay, can you read it?
Yes, I
Name a person
can.
in this room that's got decent eyesight. Not one.
That's accurate.
That's
But
accurate.
I'm closest to that.
I
so
really
can
want to
read
get
it
the
best.
LASIK thing because I feel like I was
Why don't you just wear the correct prescription
that was
for a
yeah.
while?
So so I told Mike the other day, I was like, oh no, I'm out of contacts. That can't be right. I know I ordered them. Like I should have a whole box. And then I was like pulling the thing and I'm like, well, these numbers don't match up.
Like last week, Vincent.
And it was like all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I've been wearing the wrong prescriptions in my eyes, in the wrong eyes. This is the second time I've done it. And I've been doing it for at least 4 months, if not longer. And I'm like, no
Somebody looked the
wonder.
restaurant up.
Oh,
Somebody
really?
found it. Yeah.
What?
Vincent wanted to know when the last time we experienced an earthquake was. There's actually been like 3 earthquakes this year that we've experienced.
Yeah,
One?
like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all super recent. I mean, they happen, and a lot of times.
But they're like 3.9s. They're like,
They're like
you know, I mean,
little.
you feel it, but you're not scared.
Yeah, I know.
The
Like
dogs bark.
They did send out a warning though, like be prepared. The big one's coming, like from the whatever the Fault Institute of California, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah.
I remember once I was like, it was the one day when we were doing the belly.
Promissimo Restaurante. That's where they have the.
That sounds pretty tight.
Oh yeah, baby.
I wonder where the wheel of cheese that they use is made. Like, is it from Wisconsin or is it from Italy?
I don't know. There's some restaurants you can go where they have like the hard, like you get the expensive like I can't talk today. Parmesan
Is it
Reggiano
like it or isn't
with the
it?
crust on it. Oh, yeah. She stole these from me. I know
Yeah.
they're big. They're like
Now they're
they're
mine.
crochet like dream catchers, and they don't weigh like anything. So
Oh,
you
no.
don't even feel them because they're just.
I got a compliment on
string.
them.
Pole Barn made some awful cheese.
You made awful cheese.
I've never made cheese. Sid makes pretty good cheese.
Yeah, when
I don't like cheese.
she doesn't like it. I don't know why. Everybody else loves it. I did some different kinds. So I did like mozzarella, I did ricotta, I did just regular like cheddar where I did like the herb encrusted, like spreadable kinds.
Amelia Acres. Where was Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'm in North Texas in a cabin in the woods. Well,
Right?
the sequel's probably coming to your place soon.
Keep your door locked, hun. Yeah, no, they just released, I just saw like, was it yesterday? They just released another like in the series of the Chainsaw Massacre one on Netflix that's like just got made this last year.
Ooh, it's probably
So-
at their house.
Yeah, right? I'm like, oh lordy. Oh, goat cheese. You know, and it's funny because like so some people don't like that musky goat cheese flavor,
Our goat doesn't have that.
but our goat
Ours
doesn't
is
have it
pretty
at
mild.
all.
Yeah,
There is
I like it.
zero musk to it. It's very just plain.
I've had some pretty funky goat cheese.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't like it if it's too funky. But hers, she's a good little. I mean, she's
It really
not a-
does. It depends on the goat.
yeah,
And I think it's genetics combined with habitat and diet, and I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
factors.
I mean, and technically, because she was kept with our boar buck, she should have been musky. Her milk should have been musky, not even a little bit. She just doesn't. She doesn't get that. You
Oh
know.
yeah, it tasted like the goat smell. Probably like the male
Like rut,
goat
yeah, it smells
smells,
like
that
rut. Yeah,
musky-
you don't. I see.
I'm not eating that.
Some people love that, and I'm
Dude,
like,
I can't
you know,
stand. I'm like trying to hang out in my garden, and the wind switches directions because normally we have wind that actually blows from west to east almost all the time. And our boar goat, our
when he
male,
was in full rut,
he
was.
is to the east of the house. And every now and then in the evenings, just about time to go to the jacuzzi, the wind will shift for about a half an hour.
And then you get that. I don't
and
mind
he
his
smells.
smell, but it's strong.
Yeah,
It's strong. Like if
I
you
don't
go
like
out there and love on him when he's in full
I'm
rut,
not doing that.
you could smell it on your hands. As my
I can't get it off. I
Yeah,
can't
takes-
get it off my
It's-
hands.
yeah.
That's why I just don't
I
touch
just
them
don't like
anymore.
the smell
I'm like,
of a fucking rat.
Oh, you had a La Mancha. I've heard some people say that about La Manchas, and mine's a Nubian. So I haven't had any issue with like
Well, isn't
goat
yours
musk.
supposed to be?
but-
No.
She
Nubian.
is.
She's a
No, she is.
milk
But
goat.
so
Nubian's a milk goat.
are La Manchas.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, they
yeah.
just had bad
But
luck.
he's a boar goat. That's a meat goat,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
and he's about to be meat.
Yeah,
No
he is.
doubt. No about a doubt it.
I know. I'm like, but I what?
Heavy equipment. Yeah. No, we didn't destroy much. we played a little bit.
Oh, bye,
We
Terry.
moved some stuff around and spread some manure out in the pasture. But
It's already grown over there.
oh yeah, it looks good over there.
Yeah, it does. We were looking at it when we pulled up. It's like, oh, look, there's already stuff sprouting out of it because we had right after you spread it, we had rain.
Well, horse manure
So
is just, I mean, the seeds from everything that they eat just passes right through them. And horse manure is like seed bedding.
Yeah.
Like you spread horse manure and bam, whatever.
and that stuff had been sitting, like
Yeah,
it was
it's-
ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
had
it's
been
Like
growing.
on the
good.
one pile, there was
Yeah.
already growing grass.
That's why I
Yeah.
never want to use it in the garden
Yeah.
because it's just impregnates my garden with weeds like
Ooh.
immediately.
Pregnate that garden with weeds. I don't know. That sounded dirty. I didn't mean it to.
Hey, you're the one that just took it and ran with it.
I
There.
didn't mean for it to, but they
My
are
parents
so
are weird.
cute. La Manchas are so cute because they don't have
Are those
ears.
the
I mean,
ones
they
that-
have ears, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
so tiny.
Are those the ones that Jen and Will have?
Yes.
Nubs?
Yes, that's
Oh.
La Mancha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're so cute.
but the Nubians have the big floppy. In fact, she's so close to
I
Kitty.
like her demeanor.
She's super sweet.
She's got a
Oh, I
good
love
demeanor.
Caroline.
If the freaking bucks were like that, the rams, it wouldn't be as bad.
And it's because he's got his horns. If we had taken his horns off, it would have been like whatever. But
Yeah.
I won't ever do an animal that I have to
Just-
be in close contact with that has horns ever again.
Just get him some pool.
If he hadn't had
noodles.
horns that day he came after me, I wouldn't have been able to take him down.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to hurt you.
When they lower their head and ram you, horns or no horns.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a very different game when they've got assault weapons attached to their head.
That's
For me,
accurate.
if he's coming at me, I want him to have horns because I need something to latch onto to take him down.
I would much rather. I don't know. I would much rather. Like I can deal. Like Neville is a lot. My
Oh
he's a
yeah.
baby doll, so
He's
baby
so
doll ram. He doesn't have horns. They're naturally pulled. So he will try to like headbutt me occasionally when he wants to play, and he'll come up behind and take out my knees. Like he goes right for my knees.
Oh yeah, because he's short, so he's like
He's right at your knee.
kneecaps.
Yeah, he goes right for the kneecaps every time. But he doesn't do it like. But I'm like, I could only imagine if he had horns,
Oh,
it'd be very different.
it'd be a different game.
Different game. But same thing with Neil. Like he'll go like this to you. But if it weren't for the horns, it'd be like, whatever, Neil, go away. But with the horns, it's like, oh, he cut my leg open and punctured me. Like great.
This is fun.
Like I still have a scar where he got me the one day. But like, what are you gonna do? So it is what it is. It's all good.
Marty, why are you sniffing Skylar's foot?
You haven't seen my channel. Oh yeah, Creepy Bushman. Totally.
Oh yeah, he was
We
showing
did.
me.
I was actually looking through
He was
several of your videos and showing them to Sid. Some funny stuff, man. I literally, I was like, oh look, he literally is a creepy bushman.
Yeah.
That's like he's a creepy bush man, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, and you have one of those videos had like 10 million views. It's pretty cool. So any of you guys that haven't seen him, it's like he's got a bunch of videos where he is
Like the ghillie suit.
he's wearing like a ghillie suit and he's like dressed up like a bush. And people are, and it'll be like, you know, on the boardwalk and people are walking by and then he just moves and they freak out. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth
It's
watching.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It's quite humorous.
Don't go there if you're trying to learn how to like, you know, build a garden or, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like it
yeah.
might be like he's hunting in the bush,
Yeah.
creeping through. No, that's
Yeah.
not what it is.
Yeah.
He's scaring tourists.
It's nothing like our channel. You're not going to go there and learn how to do anything. You're going to go there, have a whiskey, laugh for a little while.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's worth it.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
it's worth it. It's good stuff. So. Hi, Real Talk with Minzy Limbs.
I have not
Hello,
seen
hello.
Real Talk with Minzy Limbs in here before.
She
Have
was
you?
yes, she was
Okay.
in here.
Okay.
The week we did the talk about your channels that you watch or your channel. I worded it much better when I did the title last time, but
Yeah, you don't know how to
Hey,
win things.
personal space.
he is
Wow.
like
He doesn't
I'm
know
telling
what that
you
means.
today he is like you guys. Those of you that watch our lives on a regular basis, does he ever act like this? No.
He's usually never even
Now
on
he's
camera.
licking the rabbit fur.
Yep.
Like insanity over there. It's like catnip to him.
Jeez.
He's a hot mess. Oh man. Oh, Emma wants to know what kind of tequila you have that's not for mixing, like the sipping tequila,
I feel like it's one of the
like the
Patrons.
reserves or whatever.
Yeah, It's a semi-fancy bottle, but I don't drink tequila, so we're saving that for when you come over.
There we go. This should be incentive to come over and hang out by the pool and have a tequila. I'll still make margaritas though. I'll just use the.
I always have good whiskey. At least
Oh yeah,
3 or 4 different good whiskeys.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
And I always have bad whiskey. Not bad, but I always have like basic whiskey. Like if you're that person that needs to like have a whiskey and Coke, then I have Jack Daniels. But if you try to mix like one of my good whiskeys with Coke, I'll just smack you.
Oh, sounds good, Mimsy. I look forward to it. Yes. Always welcome to come hang out. Oh yes, my dad got some of that years ago when it was on sale at like Costco, and it was like the sipping, like it was really good.
Yo, real talk. So you're getting ready for a show. You've got a channel. What's the genre? What are you gonna talk about?
She does the Bible verses, right? That's what you said, I think, if I'm correct. Talk about.
You know what I really miss is Tim's. I used to be able to catch his
I know I haven't
his
watched it lately either.
Sunday morning
He
sermons.
switched it, so he made that its own channel.
Oh,
So it's Lessons from the Ridge.
okay.
And so you have to like go subscribe to it separately. And then every time he posts, I have it. I've only watched a couple of them, like not live. And I don't think that he's doing those live. He was doing those, I think, recorded now. I'm not sure. But I have watched a few of them, but not like on Sundays where I used to, where I would watch it for a few minutes during my run.
Yeah, I
on
used to
Sundays.
try to catch it, especially when we were doing the construction.
Yeah.
I'd just get back there and watch him while I was waiting on the workers to show up.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing when he would go live for his Sunday morning sermons, because I would just be getting ready for my run on the treadmill and I could put him on and listen to him while I ran. And it was great. So
I haven't seen him in here in a minute. I need to go try to catch one of his lives.
I've talked to him on Facebook, and I popped into one of his lives.
He's never live during the times when I can get there.
I know. I miss them too, Emma. Like seriously, like I need to go in there. Yeah. See, yes, primarily scriptural. Tonight is self-reflection Sabbath. How cool. Well, speaking of which, I need to go reflect myself right on into the kitchen and make some dinner.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah, I'm hungry. It's about time.
Well, I know. I gotta get in there and get cooking.
You're sure?
So
on
what?
there, it's like a bright blue, and it's so much darker.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. It's probably the
Like
world
her
light
soul.
hitting it, like my soul, which is why I need to go watch Mimsy's live. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Friday night. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed. I hope you didn't cry, but I hope you experienced a range of emotions and were mildly amused and or entertained. So
By my pain.
don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, guys. Have a fabulous weekend. And as always, we post our new videos on Sundays and Wednesdays, and we go live every Friday. Bye.
And other
See you guys
stuff.
later.
Other stuff too.
And other stuff too.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. Bye, Emma.
I'm gonna go take the rabbit throw away from the cat.
Oh my lord. Still looking at crazy cat.